Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta and my guest today, somebody who would not mind by using one adjective about you, the wise, old leader of the Congress party. Old in many ways.
I like wise, but I don't like old.
I mean old in many senses, not old in the sense of age.
You're welcome.
But old, somebody who connects with the party's roots and the very glorious past.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Is it all over now?
No, I don't know. In life, when there are full stops, really, unless you know if they are very necessary. So I'm not seeking anything, but if I'm asked to take on a responsibility, I will not shy away from it, provided I feel myself up to it.
But you were asked to take one the other day.
Yeah.
To go to UP.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Well, in UP...
It's like taking a commander into war and the army comes back.
No, well, some decision was taken about Gathbandhan, you know, getting together, alliances and all that. And in that alliance, my face was supposed to be the Chief Minister's face, you know, seeing the work in Delhi and all. And also the fact that I belong to UP originally. So,
and I bet the caste element was there.
Yes, the caste element must have been there also. Yes. I don't normally consider myself just a Brahmin, but yes, probably, and a woman also. And a woman. So it went off very well, you know, it was well received and we were getting a sense of going up and, you know, confident, more confident. Suddenly this happened and I don't know really why it happened. But rumours started that there was going to be this alliance with Akhilesh and all. And that, so a week, 10 days before, I was in an interview when I said that if there is an alliance like this, I would like to step out because you can't have two chief ministerial candidates. But when you look back on it, I don't think it was a wise decision because we came down to 7 seats.
7 seats, yes.
That was what was very disturbing. With the way we were going, we were hoping we'd get about 50, 70, 60, you know. The way it was going very well. But that is...
That is if you were in front, when you were campaigning.
When we were campaigning, not just me campaigning, I was campaigning and Raj Babbar was there also.
When you were put in front.
Yes, we were there. We were going off well. We seemed to be connecting with the people.
Certainly you think you would have got more than 7.
Yes, certainly that.
So why did it come down to 7? Because after all, this was a strong alliance with Akhilesh.
I think the last few days which the Prime Minister spent in UP, particularly in the Banaras and Azamgarh and all that area, I think lifted up the BJP. It didn't look like that much before that. It looked, yes, in certain parts BJP will be there, certain parts Congress and this alliance will be there. And Akhilesh was looking very confident also, in spite of the fact that there was that family feud which people perceived as something not very good. But I think that's when, you know, when Mr. Prime Minister came there and spent so much time there.
Did the alliance become a negative for Congress?
I don't think it was a negative in the sense that the word negative is used. I think it was just a step to take it forward and to see that we win more seats. With the alliance, there was an impression, there was a feeling, there was probably also a feedback saying that, you know, the alliance will help.
But why did it not work? 7 seats.
I don't know. I don't think the people actually, as I said, the whole thing turned once Mr.
No, but there is also an impression that the alliance made Congress also look like a very minority party. Only angling for Muslim vote.
No, I don't think I don't think we gave that impression, certainly not. And I don't think we felt that impression because remember, side by side with this, Rahul carried on a Kisani.
Right. But that also started and then...
You know, it went off very well. I was in one or two of them.
Sabha, yes.
Yes, the Khat Charcha. It was really very, very enthusiastic. It was very, you know, full of fervour and all. I don't know, somehow, sometimes I feel that maybe, you know, it was not in our kismet to get this sort of thing. So we took decisions which later on proved to be not the right decision.
And one of those was this alliance.
Yes, was this alliance, yes.
And where did it leave you? I mean, you know, you now look like a decoy.
No, I agree with you there, but it didn't matter to me personally very much because frankly, I had gone there not because I wanted to go there or I was seeking something, but I felt that if I could be of any help to the party for its revival in UP, I offered to go there. It took me a month or two to say yes or no. Yes, so I did go, but when I felt that, you know, there was no point staying on there, then I just gave it up.
And you figured that on your own, or were you told that abhi alliance ho raha hai?
Nobody told me.
Nobody told you.
I figured it on my own, and so I could see which direction we were moving in.
Nobody
so
said to you, Sheila ji, I'm sorry, we planned this, but
nobody said that to me, and I didn't expect it. I didn't want them to reach a point. I'm somehow a bit of a sensitive person, so I said, let me take a decision. After all, I'm also a leader there. Let me take a decision, right? Instead of making them go through the embarrassment of telling me, now it's over.
So when you said it's over, and I'm coming back, did they say anything to you?
No, nobody said anything. Nobody.
They said, let it be.
Well, they never said let it be. They didn't say anything at all.
But is that typical of the Congress party, not saying anything at all to its own leaders?
Probably, maybe. This I experienced for the first time. It's never been there before. I've never had this opportunity. I can talk from my personal point of view that yes, I'm told that people are told now you cannot be this or you cannot be that or we have to shift you here or there. That's done. But in my case, nothing of the sort happened.
Nothing was. But do you think some communication would be better, or do you think this is
I
okay?
think so. I think it's better. It's better for the dignity of the person you are either putting in or removing. Number two, it leads to a better understanding of the whole thing. But this sort of nicety is becoming less and less relevant in politics these days.
In all politics or in Congress politics?
I think in all politics.
In all
a lot of people...
But Sheila ji, what is left of the Congress politics?
Oh, no. I won't agree with you.
You came from 200 odd to 44.
Yeah.
And since then, it's declined, Punjab apart.
Yeah, Punjab apart. Yes, I agree with you there. But I'm not going to give up, and I don't think the Congress will give up, and I don't think the country will give up the Congress either. Because please remember, the Congress has a very glorious history. Not only of the freedom struggle, that is over with now, but even the building of the Congress in the last 60 years, 70 years.
No, Congress has had a glorious history. It has a disastrous present.
Yeah.
And nothing in the future promises a turnaround.
Well,
you have your party men leaving, including young, faithful, hard-working people like your own party chief in Delhi, former party chief, Arvind Lovely.
Yeah.
You mentored him in his very young years.
Yes, but I would say that they are being not patient with... See, one thing one must learn in politics, if you want to really be a good politician and a politician who is a contributor also, and people also understand it. You are not in politics for yourself. You are there because you believe that you want to serve your country. That's the way I look at it anyway, and my generation looks at it. Now to jump from one party to another because of an opportunity, and you've had plenty of opportunities here. At the young age, Mr. Lovely became a minister. At a young age, he became a PCC.
But what is the reason? Are these people only leaving because of greed? Or they are also feeling left out in the party? Or they are feeling hopeless or demoralized?
I think they're going for their personal reasons. It's really selfishness. It's this thing, you can't even wait for 2-3 years for a party which has done so much for you. And the Congress party has a history of revival so many times. After Indira Ji's death, after Lal Bahadur Shastri's death, after Nehru's death, after,
after very successful Vajpayee government.
Yeah, Vajpayee government and all, it comes back, it's not that. But if you don't have the patience and you are not a seasoned or a, politician, then you take these short routes.
Seasoned politician, who can be more seasoned, even more seasoned than you, Mr.
I
S.
haven't left
Krishna?
the party.
I know, but even Mr. S. M. Krishna?
But S.M. Krishna, I don't know why he did it. I really don't understand this thing. Unless, of course, there is sometimes a moment when you feel that you're being denigrated for no rhyme or reason. Denigrated for what you've done, not recognized. This kind of courteous behavior has to develop in every political party.
So is that, is some of that courteous behavior missing, you said, generally in politics, but is it all missing in Congress party now?
It is missing, I must say that, I must admit that. And otherwise people wouldn't leave the way that they are. You see, you may not be a chief minister, you may not be a minister after a while, but then you do happen to be an important member of the party.
Right.
So just give him that kind of, you know, respect.
Have you received sufficient respect and courtesy?
No, I'm afraid I haven't, not in this past year or so, year or 2 years. That is why I announced myself that I will not be campaigning.
Even when you were dragged with your hand to campaign in UP?
No, then of course I went there on my own, I must tell you. They convinced me, and I felt that it was my duty that if I could be of help.
No, when they convinced you, then what did they say to you? Did they say great things to you? Sheila ji, you are the only one we have in UP.
No, nothing like that. That's not the language.
Sheila ji, संघर्ष करो, हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ये होता है, ये नारे वाले जरूर होते हैं, लेकिन ये ऐसा नहीं था. I did it, and I was given enough this thing, and I said yes, I'll go ahead if I can be of any help. And I did it. But what happened in Delhi in the recent MCD elections is that it became a kind of a one-man show, you see. And also the outreach that should be there with any political...
One-man show meaning Mr. Makan?
Yes, the PCC president. It became his show and all that. So he didn't ask anybody, at least he didn't ask me anything.
And the party leadership didn't ask you?
No, nobody
Mrs. Gandhi or Rahul?
No, nobody. And I don't expect Rahulji or Mrs. Gandhi to interfere in an MCD poll. They don't say anything. And
But this was an important poll. This was not just a municipal poll.
No, it was important. All polls are important. But remember that this is there. I never said anything to them, and so they never said anything to me.
This is a state where you drew a blank after ruling it for 15 years. And each time with a higher majority.
Yeah, but, well...
So, Dr. Harshvardhan said that I am happier that Congress has begun to recover because Congress is a more civilized party. Would you return the compliment between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, or would you reserve
it? I can say one thing, that Harshvardhan is a very civilized person.
So, in comparison with Kejriwal?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
So Kejriwal is not somebody you will put very high on politically civilized
etiquette or political etiquette. No, I wouldn't. Not so far.
Not so far. Sheila ji, something that I hear from almost everybody who's left, everybody prominent and material, not those who are immaterial, who've left the Congress party recently, in the past year or so, year and a half. And something that I hear from many others in whispers, or what we call off the record, that there is a lack of connect or lack of communication, lack of access to Rahul Gandhi.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. It may take more than 2 days, sometimes it may take a week and thing. But I don't think he shies away from anybody, and he's very warm.
No, that when people meet him is very warm.
No, very warm, very distinct. And I think this is a question we should put to his organizers, his secretaries and all. Why can't you manage time better than that?
But will you tell him to manage time better?
Well, I would certainly like to. I've said it earlier also, KB, we'd like to meet you more often because we'd like to interact with you, know your point of view before we, announce our point of view. So, the Congress has always been a kind of a collective leadership, and that I think needs to be revived.
I know that defeat is an orphan, but AICC office is now like kawe bol rahe.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you there. We feel distressed about it.
Nobody, not even general secretaries are going there.
You see, yes, just everybody takes it. I, through this thing, would suggest to Rahulji that when Mrs. Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi took over, she used to spend about 2-3 hours in the
AICC. Every day?
Every day she used to go there. In the mornings, 11 to 1 or whatever it was. I think if Rahulji could start this, you know, and therefore become accessible to all who come, the whole place will start buzzing. It needs a leader like him to buzz the whole place up.
Because with 44 MPs, maybe 45, because you won one seat in Madhya Pradesh. With 45 MPs, you can't afford to run your party from home.
No, I think you should. I would suggest this, and I'm saying this to you in your program, that I hope the word reaches him, that he must spend some time with the AICC, because that is a kind of a mecca for all congressmen from coming all over the country. And if they come there and find it absolutely desolate and nobody there, then naturally they go back disappointed.